Saturday was supposed to be perfect. I'd spent weeks planning the ultimate backyard BBQ. A day of grilled ribs, laughter, music, and a little peace for once. The smoker was slow cooking the brisket. My cousin Mo was prepping his signature wings, and my playlist? Fire. Friends started arriving with sides and smiles. But then, she arrived. Karen. Clipboard. Sunglasses. Frown so tight it looked Botoxed in. You're violating HOA Code 6.2, unapproved gatherings. She snapped, like she'd rehearsed it in the mirror. I tried to stay calm. Karen, it's just a birthday party. For my kid. She wasn't hearing it. You'll be receiving a fine. Maybe several. Just like that, joy turned to tension. People whispered. Music died down. Karen hovered like a storm cloud over pulled pork. And then, she did something no one saw coming. Let's just say, it involved my grill, a garden hose, and deep regret. I knew then, this wasn't just HOA overreach. This was personal. But Karen had no idea who she was messing with. I wasn't just throwing a BBQ. I was about to cook up the ultimate revenge. Our neighborhood's governed by a pretty strict HOA. Most of the time, it's harmless. Keep your lawn neat, no weird colored houses. Don't leave trash cans out overnight. Fine, but Karen had taken HOA enforcement to a spiritual level. She lived 4 houses down, but acted like she owned the whole block. Every week, someone had a new complaint from her. Fences 2 inches too tall, kids' bikes left on driveways, lawn gnomes that were visually disruptive. And today, it was my BBQ. She showed up without warning, no knock, no call, just strutted into my backyard like she was the sheriff. You never submitted an event request. And the noise, it's already above 60 decibels. I gestured to the birthday banner, the kids playing tag, the modest speaker by the tree. Karen, it's a 9-year-old's party. She took out her phone, started recording. I'm documenting violations. Expect a notice by Monday. People started whispering. My aunt grabbed her purse. Even Uncle Mo stopped flipping wings. Then she turned the hose on, no joke. She walked to the side of my house, yanked my garden hose and sprayed the grill. Karen, are you insane? She huffed. Fire hazard. I'm stopping a potential incident. Smoke and steam hissed into the air. The brisket, ruined. My cousin looked ready to swing a spatula, but I stopped him. Nah, I said. Let her dig her own grave. That was just the beginning. After Hosegate, I thought the worst had passed. I was wrong. The next morning, I found a formal violation notice taped to my front door. Not 1, but 3 infractions. Unauthorized event, noise pollution, and the most absurd of all, grill placement violation. According to the HOA handbook, which Karen seemed to have memorized, my grill was too close to the side fence by exactly 7 inches. I laughed. Then I cried. Then I got angry. But Karen? She was just getting started. Over the next week, the absurdity snowballed. First, I got a $75 fine for decorative lighting because we had strung up some leftover birthday fairy lights. Then a formal HOA warning about my cousin Mo's truck parked slightly on the curb. Every time the letter was signed by Karen, HOA Enforcement Committee volunteer. Then came the sabotage. On Tuesday, my garbage bins were mysteriously overturned. Trash everywhere. On Wednesday, someone slashed a hole in my inflatable bounce house. My daughter cried for an hour. On Thursday, HOA announced a new rule. No BBQs, allowed during weekdays, passed by an emergency vote. I wasn't invited. I started noticing Karen lurking more. She'd walk her dog by our house 4 times a day, phone in hand, taking pictures of things like my lawn height or a box left on the porch. Neighbors began whispering. Some avoided eye contact. Others, like Leo next door, gave me a sympathetic nod, but shrugged like there was nothing they could do. Karen had become the queen of passive-aggressive warfare. But I was watching. I was documenting. Every petty move, every letter, every picture. Then one morning, a neighbor I barely knew, Linda, stopped me at the mailbox. You're not the first, she whispered. She did this to us last year when we painted our door red. She called it aggressive. That was the turning point. Karen's reign of terror wasn't just about me. It was everyone. It was time to fight back. Not with fire, but with facts. The plan had 3 parts. Gather evidence, rally the neighbors, and dismantle Karen's fake authority, legally. First, I compiled everything. I printed every notice, took photos of the sabotage, recorded her walking by and taking photos, even got Mo to install a motion-activated camera. Next step, the neighbors. I knocked on doors, shared my story calmly, and discovered a pattern. Nearly everyone had a Karen story. Linda's red door, Raj's basketball hoop, the Garcia's seasonal wreath. I asked them all the same thing. Are you ready to vote? See? Karen wasn't even an elected official. She was self-appointed to the HOA Enforcement Committee. But our bylaws, they allowed for votes of no confidence. We just needed 51% of the homeowners to sign a petition. And that's where I got creative. I hosted a neighborhood appreciation taco night. Free tacos, live music, and Moe's Wings. This time well away from fences. No kids' games. No loud music. Just food, good vibes, and clipboards. We got 67%. Then came the final play. I presented everything to Mr. Johnson, the actual HOA president who'd been MIA and had no idea. Karen was weaponizing the rulebook. He was not impressed. She's not even authorized to send half these notices, he muttered, flipping through my binder. He called an emergency board meeting. Karen wasn't invited. Instead, he read every incident aloud. Then he played a clip of Karen spraying my grill. Silence. Then laughter. By unanimous vote, Karen was removed from any volunteer position and barred from initiating HOA enforcement. Her clipboard was revoked. The day after the vote, Karen showed up at my door. No clipboard. No sunglasses, just indignation. You think this is over? She hissed. No, I said, calm as ever. It's just well documented. I closed the door. She tried to appeal the decision. Failed. Tried to write anonymous letters. Ignored. Tried to start a rival neighborhood watch. No one joined. But the real moment of justice came a week later. Mr. Johnson sent out a community-wide email detailing recent abuse of authority, followed by a new HOA transparency policy. Karen's name was nowhere in it, but everyone knew. People started coming back out. The Garcias hosted a game night. Linda painted her door red again. Raj put up his hoop. And me? I hosted a BBQ, a real one. Full permit, live band, neighborhood potluck. Officer Dan even stopped by, off duty, and grabbed a plate. Karen watched from her window. Mo gave her a wave. DJ Rob played Another One Bites the Dust. And I raised a toast to peace, brisket, and never letting bullies win. Looking back, I didn't just reclaim my BBQ. I reclaimed my peace, my community. And maybe most importantly, I reminded everyone that rules are for fairness, not fear. Karen thought she could control people with paperwork and threats. But when people come together, even the biggest clipboard can't stand up to unity. I learned that the best revenge isn't petty. It's permanent change. And sometimes, it tastes like smoked ribs. So, to anyone dealing with a Karen in your life, document everything. Gather your people, and outsmart them with calm, clever resolve. Also, always have a backup brisket. Now I want to hear from you. What would you have done if Karen sprayed your grill? Comment below. And if you made it this far, type justice served so I know you're part of the BBQ crew. Oh, and hit that like button, or Karen wins, and we can't have that. See you at the next BBQ.